Welcome to this video about one of the most fascinating figures of the 20th century, J. Robert Oppenheimer. Oppenheimer was a brilliant physicist, a charismatic leader, and a complex personality whose impact on the world is still felt today. From his role in the development of the atomic bomb to his later advocacy for nuclear disarmament, Oppenheimer's life was full of drama, intrigue, and intellectual curiosity. Join us as we explore the life and legacy of this remarkable man, whose contributions to science and society continue to inspire and challenge us to this day. J. Robert Oppenheimer was a renowned physicist and one of the key figures in the development of the atomic bomb. He was born in New York City on April 22, 1904, to a wealthy family of German Jewish descent. His father was a successful textile importer and his mother was an artist. Oppenheimer showed an early interest in science and mathematics and was educated at the Ethical Culture School in New York City, where he excelled in both subjects. He went on to study physics at Harvard University, where he earned his bachelor's degree in 1925 and his PhD in 1927. After completing his studies, Oppenheimer spent several years working in Europe, where he collaborated with some of the leading physicists of the time, including Max Born and Niels Bohr. He also spent time in California, where he worked with Ernest Lawrence on the development of the cyclotron, a type of particle accelerator. In 1942, Oppenheimer was appointed as the director of the Manhattan Project, a top-secret government program to develop an atomic bomb. Under his leadership, a team of scientists and engineers worked tirelessly to design and build the bomb, which was successfully tested in July 1945. J. Robert Oppenheimer was known for his brilliant mind and exceptional leadership skills. He was able to bring together a team of some of the brightest minds in science to work on the Manhattan Project, which required incredible coordination and collaboration. Oppenheimer's role as the director of the Manhattan Project was not just limited to overseeing the scientific work. He was also responsible for managing the budget, dealing with government bureaucracy, and ensuring the safety of his team. His leadership skills were put to the test when a serious accident occurred during the development of the bomb, and he was able to quickly take control of the situation and prevent a disaster. One of the most intriguing aspects of J. Robert Oppenheimer's life was his personal struggles and inner turmoil. He suffered from severe depression and anxiety throughout his life and was known for his introspective nature. He often struggled with feelings of guilt and regret over his role in the development of the atomic bomb and the use of it in warfare. Oppenheimer was also known for his unconventional personal life. He had a number of extramarital affairs, including with several of his female students. He was married twice and had 2 children, but his relationships with his family were often strained. Despite these personal struggles, Oppenheimer was highly respected by his colleagues in the scientific community. He was known for his exceptional intelligence and his ability to make connections between seemingly disparate fields of knowledge. He was also highly regarded for his ability to communicate complex scientific ideas to a broad audience, and he often gave public lectures on science and technology. Despite his success in leading the development of the atomic bomb, Oppenheimer later expressed regret over his role in the project. He believed that the use of the bomb on Hiroshima and Nagasaki was a terrible mistake and that it had led to the deaths of too many innocent people. Oppenheimer's political views and associations with left-wing groups came under scrutiny during the McCarthy era, and he was accused of being a security risk. The government held a series of hearings to investigate his loyalty, which ultimately led to the revocation of his security clearance. The decision was controversial, and many of Oppenheimer's colleagues in the scientific community believed that he had been unfairly targeted. Oppenheimer's impact on science and technology was not limited to the development of the atomic bomb. He also made significant contributions to the field of astrophysics, studying topics such as neutron stars and black holes. He was a strong advocate for interdisciplinary research and believed that science should be used to address the world's most pressing problems. J. Robert Oppenheimer was a complex and multifaceted figure whose contributions to science and technology have had a lasting impact on the world. His personal struggles and inner turmoil only add to the richness of his legacy, making him a fascinating subject of study for historians, scientists, and anyone interested in the intersection of science and society. Oppenheimer's political views and associations with left-wing groups came under scrutiny during the McCarthy era, and he was accused of being a security risk. The government held a series of hearings to investigate his loyalty, which ultimately led to the revocation of his security clearance. The decision was controversial, and many of Oppenheimer's colleagues in the scientific community believe that he had been unfairly targeted. Despite the setback, Oppenheimer continued to work as a professor of physics and remained an influential figure in the scientific community until his death in 1967. He was honored with numerous awards and accolades during his lifetime, including the Enrico Fermi Award and the National Medal of Science. In addition to his scientific work, Oppenheimer was also known for his interest in literature and philosophy. He was a voracious reader and was fluent in several languages. He often integrated his love of literature and philosophy into his scientific work, believing that a deep understanding of the humanities was essential for advancing scientific progress. After the war, Oppenheimer became an outspoken advocate for international control of nuclear weapons and was a key figure in the development of the United Nations International Atomic Energy Agency. However, his political views and associations with left-wing groups came under scrutiny during the McCarthy era, and he was eventually stripped of his security clearance in 1954. Despite the setback, Oppenheimer continued to work as a professor of physics at the